Why not to shoot the messenger? You know the expression, don't shoot the messenger. Why not to do that? What's really happening behind the scenes? Why is this messenger on your path? This and more in this video, so buckle up and let's dive into it. Like, subscribe and share. Hi, my name is Lotfi Murat, and today's video is inspired by a message I got from a friend, and that friend thanked me indirectly for having had a very good night of sleep, where this friend hadn't been sleeping well for a long time. And the only thing we did was having a long conversation. Actually, 2 conversations in 2 days. And we didn't really talk about the sleep or so. And it took me a while throughout the years to actually come to realize that the different people on our paths are messengers. They can bring us a message directly by saying something or by doing something for us or to us, or in their behavior they can hold a mirror for us. They mirror something that is in us that we haven't accepted about ourselves. Like if somebody comes in your path and he's lying, or you have several people on your path who are lying or cheating on you, then there's a very, very, very high chance that there's a part in you that is lying or cheating, probably on yourself, towards yourself. And you haven't accepted that part yet, or you haven't figured out why you're doing that. We can lie to ourselves by saying that we are totally fine with the situation. Generally, we do that to the people outside. We ask, hey, how are you? Yeah, good. Oh, inside I'm so hurting. But yay, yay, yay. That's why I hate superficiality. Yes, I use the word hate because it's harming yourself and it's lying to others. And maybe even it's lying to yourself. I mean, if you keep lying enough to other people, in the end you will start to believe your own lies. And so I had, for example, a horrible boss for almost 8 years. What did I learn from this? I learned that integrity is very important. I learned that corruption is something I do not want, not even if it makes my situation better. It showed me how much corruption there actually is in the world, because I was still very naive. And it was not just that one boss, but it was also his boss. And it took me some time. And at first I didn't want to see it because I wanted to keep my job, because of income safety. And so I allowed for a very unhealthy situation to keep going on. The people around me already saw what was happening. Not all of them, but some of them. So when finally the boss of my boss offered me a settlement to leave, and basically it was like, you're gonna leave, so better take the settlement. So getting fired. 2 of my best friends congratulated me. That was the first response. But I was totally in shock, like what am I gonna do? Years later, I called my boss to say thank you for the life lessons he had taught me, even if he didn't know about it. The funny part is, he didn't pick up the phone. I just heard his voicemail and that was enough. Because I was ready to have that conversation. I already had made peace within myself with him. And that's enough. probably he wouldn't have even understood if he himself hadn't at that moment, because this was 10 years ago, if he himself hadn't evolved or grown or changed, he wouldn't understand. The same for that the boss of him who forced me out with a settlement. Took me some time. At a certain moment I was like, yeah, the day I meet him, I'll shake his hand and say thank you. Because I didn't want to stay in that company. I was only staying for the money. But I hated it there. So he did me a big favor. And there have also been people on my path who would say something and that would put a lot in motion. And there were messengers. And sometimes I would go to a friend like, wow, you know, this person just told me this thing and I just realized it, and wow, now I finally get it. And that person would say, what? I told you this 3 years ago. And I was like, no, yeah, seriously, I told you this 3 years ago. And so the first messenger, and maybe there have been more, planted a seed. And he or she could be disappointed that I didn't actually do something with it. But I was not ready yet. When you plant a seed in the ground, it takes time before there is a tree, and much longer before there are even fruit on the tree. So my recommendation is to be open and to see why is something on your path, why is something happening to you in your life, what is it teaching you. The lockdowns that we have experienced in the past 2 years, they have forced people to look inward or to talk with their spouse, their partner, their children. There was no way out, there was no escape anymore. You could not run out anymore. You were imprisoned with them in the same space for months and months. So you may have heard already some people say, wow, it was a blessing, this lockdown. Or it was not comfortable, but I came out stronger, I came out wiser, I changed things, whatever, something positive. And if people are still complaining about it, then they haven't learned their lessons yet. Which is not a judgment. It just may be that they were not ready yet. And this was the first step, this was the seed. And you may say, okay, these messengers, where are they coming from? Well, if you believe that you have a soul, and if you're watching my videos, there's a high chance you believe you have a soul, then I've been told, and actually I believe it to be true, because I had visions about it as well, that we do interact before coming in this life with other souls, and we make agreements. Agreements about who's going to play certain roles in your life, who's going to do certain things for you or against you, and also the role you're going to play in other people's lives. Who you're going to hurt, who you're going to cheat on, who you're going to help. Because without all these interactions, we do not evolve, we do not learn anything. If everything is perfectly fine, then what will we learn? The most successful business people say, I'm grateful for all the mistakes I made, because they were my greatest teachers. My neighbor at the student dorm, who literally choked me in my own room, he taught me a lesson. I had to learn to stand up for myself. He was a total piece of shit, that guy. But his job in this life was to torture people. And he was doing that through his job, and he was proud of it, how he was torturing people, because he had the power to do so. But these people had to learn to stand up for themselves, and not just by fighting anyone who's bullying them. No, standing up for themselves, their true selves. stepping into integrity, listening to the hearts and to the souls, not acting from ego like, oh, you disrespecting me, oh, disrespect, oh, you're destroying my reputation. No, it's not about that. Reputation is just what other people think about you, but they're not in you, so they know nothing about you. Do you truly respect yourself? Do you honor yourself? Do you love yourself? That is one of the main goals of this life, to learn to reconnect with ourselves, to start honoring and respecting ourselves. I've been saying for decades, throughout all religions, throughout all laws, just leave one rule, and there will be peace on earth. Be respectful to everyone and everything, including yourself. If you look at all the laws and all the rules, that's basically what they come to. That's the source. And because we came with a split personality in this life, having masculine and feminine in us, who are not yet together, so we are split. There's no unity in us. Our journey is towards unity within us and then within the world. The man or the woman that you want to fall in love with is not going to make you complete. You may feel complete, but it's not going to make you complete. It's just showing you that part in you that you haven't yet embraced for you to feel complete on your own. Doesn't mean you cannot love someone or be with someone, but someone else will not fix your issues. So when I work with you, I will not fix your problem. I will teach you how you can resolve your own issues, fix your own problems from within, not by going out there and shooting all the bad people, which sometimes I still wish to do, to go out there and just start killing all the rapists and the murderers and whatever. But hey, who will I be? I will be a murderer too, so doesn't really work. And I will not make people better if I solve their problems, because they will not have learned anything. If you kill all the robbers today, all the corrupt politicians today, new people will stand up and take their places and just start robbing and being corrupt instead of them. You see that? When a government falls, a dictatorship falls, new people take over, and what do? They start stealing themselves as well. The work is within us. And the outside world is just helping us to do the work within us. So stop shooting the messenger. Just be grateful for everyone on your path. And be grateful to yourself for having asked that soul to come on your path. And be happy that today you can finally see that. And you being able to see that makes things much easier, because then you can start to see why certain things are happening in your life, and you will start to suffer less, and you can move forward much faster. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it actually brought you some insights, give you some aha moments. And you know where to find me if you want to go deeper into this as a discussion, or if you have specific issues you want to deal with and learn how to deal with them. You want them resolved in your life. Just click the link in the description, go to my website. You see it here. This is basically what my website is. www.intuitiv.me. That's it. There is no .com or whatever. It's .me. And intuitive without the E. and you'll see the different services I'm offering. And if there's something that you don't see there and you're not sure, just ask me. Maybe I didn't put it on my website. Maybe it's included in one of the services I'm offering. Or I'll simply tell you like, I cannot help you with this, but I do know somebody who can. And then I'll refer you to someone who I've come across who maybe helped me dealing with certain things. Take ownership of your life. Step into the driver's seat and start riding your own wave. Like, subscribe, and share.